Halloween on a Budget, where we talk about how to keep a nice and tidy budget while still having a great fun Halloween. So today for our first episode, we're going to be talking about pumpkins. Now pumpkins may not seem like a big deal because they're pumpkins, but when you go to the farms and the various stores, you always notice that the prices are getting higher and higher. You know, it's not uncommon to pay $20-$30 for a nice, decent-sized pumpkin at a patch. And if you go to the store, you're getting a cheaper price, but the quality is always suffering. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to go out and we're going to grow our own pumpkin. Now I'm going to show you how, give you a few tips, and kind of give you the basic overview of it, and see what happens. Here we go. So what we're going to be doing today is attempting to grow a couple of pumpkins. We have two varieties here. We've got the standard jack-o'-lantern kind, and we've got the Big Macs kind that supposedly grow up to about 100 pounds or more. We'll see about that. We might be a little bit too late to grow the Big Macs, but for these ones we should be fine. Typically you want to start from late May till about early July. That's when you want to grow your pumpkins. Well, it depends on your area too. If you notice on this handy little map here, you know, color coded and all that, depending on where you live and the temperature and all that stuff, you're gonna grow your pumpkins at different times of the year. So consult websites. So one of the first things you need to do is, if you have a really hard compacted soil, you need to kind of till the land. If you don't have a till, and they're kind of expensive, they're like 30 to 100 or more, you know, you can also use the double dig method, which is pretty hard. I wouldn't recommend it if you don't want to work, because it'll take you a while to do, especially if the ground is really hard. This ground was so hard, it took me an hour just to dig a 1 foot wide trench by 1 foot deep, and I did about 3 feet. It took me an hour to do that. Next, after you got your soil all tilled up and soft and wishy, you're going to want to build a little mound like I have right here. It's about 3 feet wide and a foot high. That's typically what they say you should have. Just kind of build it up. You want to build a little moat around it too, as you can see right here. Like kind of like a little moat going this way, all the way around it, to kind of hold the water in there. Once you got that going for you, you're pretty much done. You're going to want to mix up the soil with compost, fertilizer, Miracle-Gro, that kind of stuff. Kind of you know, enrich it. From that point, you're going to take the seeds, whichever ones you're doing, and put about 3 or 4 of them in there in separate areas, and push them in about like 2-3 inches down. Okay, and that'll do it for you. That'll be your little mound, and in about 120 days, if you're lucky, you'll have a pumpkin. So when you consider that the cost of a pumpkin is usually about almost $20 or more for a great size, it's a lot cheaper just to make your own pumpkin. I mean, mostly you're just paying for the seeds, which cost about $2 for, you know, the most expensive possible seeds you can buy. So it's not too much of a cost investment to just grow your own. It's more of a time investment. So if you're willing to invest 120 days and a little bit of effort, you know, just basically maintaining the garden, watering, just not letting animals eat the pumpkin, it's a pretty fair trade, really, to not have to pay the outrageous price later on when it's time for Halloween. And on the plus side, if you have kids, it's kind of a great experience for them, because they can go out, watch the pumpkin grow, see how pumpkins are brought to them, rather than just buying it at Walmart, you know, where they lose all that kind of wonderment and joy that comes with this season. So if you're going to grow a pumpkin, good luck to you. I hope it grows, and maybe in 120 days you can show me the results of your pumpkins. Alright, this is Halloween on a Budget. I'll see you around.